Gee, we back.
Oh, are we? Yes, we are.
We are back.
Here we are. Saturday hangover.
We did not get an upgrade in our decorating budget, though.
Budgets are budgets.
Budgets are budgets. Money is tight.
We didn't get any of that NIL deal.
No, we didn't. We haven't got no NIL deals, no hashtag sponsors, no nothing.
We're hoping.
Soon. We our people are talking to some people.
I heard that. I heard that.
You heard? Okay. I'm glad you did. Because I wasn't sure if that was true. Gee, the slaughterhouse is open today.
Yes, it is. Step right up.
First things first is Virginia Tech fired their coach Brent Pry. Brent Pry is 16. Brent Pry is 16-24, 1-1 in a bowl game, but he started this season 0-3. And I don't know if that was the straw that broke the camel's back or the fact that they lost at the home opener against Old Dominion.
Who are we talking about?
Old Dominion's a university. Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
The Hokies.
Oh.
Crazy. He wasn't the only one.
There was more?
Yeah.
Was it Dabo?
Not Dabo.
Was it Bill Napier?
Not Napier. Not yet. Not yet, at least. Inside sources. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have any inside. We starting rumors. Inside sources told me that Bill Napier had a U-Haul truck in front of his house today. No. Fake news. No. UCLA fired their coach, Deshaun Foster.
No.
Yes. He was 5-10. But they started the season 0-3, right?
Oh, well, okay.
I have a lot of thoughts. But we have a lot of football to talk about.
Yes, you do.
So I want to keep it short. But I feel like I understand that UCLA probably had big expectations and a little window to fulfill it. I don't think that was enough time. I read the article on ESPN.com today, and our technical director, Scott Jackson, he said, well, did the athletic director get fired? And I said, no, actually, that's a good point. Like, let me look it up. I looks it up, and he's the one like, oh, I went to the chancellor and blah, blah. I knew we were going into the Big Ten, and that didn't set up his career. I said, okay, UCLA, you're not going to win.
I don't know what that got to do with it.
You're not going to win. You're not going to salvage this season. You might as well let them say, they got to pay him $5 million. It would have been less money if they would have waited till December 2nd. They had a big loss yesterday. We'll get into the Friday game. Well, before we get into the Friday games, I'm jumping ahead. I also wanted to mention other people who have not won a game this season.
0-3.
They're 0-3. Sam Houston. That's out of the Conference USA. Notre Dame's 0-2. We know they have no conference. They had a bye week last week.
Where is that?
Half the MAC is 0-3. Akron, Eastern Michigan, UMass, Western Michigan.
Don't jump on the MAC.
Okay. Mountain West, San Jose State is 0-3. And in the Pac-12, that's really the Pac-2, hopefully soon to be the Pac-8, Oregon State is 0-3. But so that's the company they're in.
Well, good company.
No Power 5 company.
Oh, Power 5.
So
not yet.
Not yet. So that was the hot goss off the press this morning I seen and jolted me a little bit. Speaking of Friday games, I'll just get this one out the way because we don't care. We're not going to talk about it. I don't know why the books gave UCLA 10.5 points over New Mexico.
Vegas Raiders are taking ahead again.
I don't bring Vegas here. Vegas brings me there. And so I can't be in a world where sports betting is a part of the fabric of sports and you try to act like I'm the Vegas spy. You know what I mean? I'm not a corporate Vegas, but what is it called? Vegas.com? Maybe they'll sponsor. #sponsor.
Hey,
we love Vegas. Okay, great. So that made no sense. And of course they paid, they paid New Mexico $2 million to come play just to lose in the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
Big embarrassment. But wow. I think UCLA is just losing money after losing money. But again, not my opinion. Friday games, go.
Okay. Listen, the first Friday game that I thought might have been a good one was Colorado versus Houston.
Yes.
Well, Coach Prime had them out there on the field, but boy, my God, that's all they were. I was not impressed with the offense. I wasn't impressed with the defense, although they did a better job than the offense. Okay. Didn't know the quarterback. He wasn't the quarterback that started it.
He's a third-string quarterback.
Oh, well, that explains
Third-string, yeah.
Anyway, Coach Prime, you tried. There's a lot of work there. But maybe they just didn't impress me. maybe my problem was I kept harking back to last year's team.
Okay.
I should have put that out of my mind. There's no Shador, there's no Travis on it. But they just did not look together at all. And of course they lost 36-20.
Well, may I say something?
Say away.
You are not wrong. I know you are big on like the past is the past, especially college football. That's college football. That's why we love it, right? It flips, it changes, it ebbs and flows. But I don't think you can put out of your mind the things you brought up about the team last year. Colorado, and we might have said this last week. But I think it's bear saying again. Colorado is trying to replace an NFL quarterback and 3 NFL wide receivers.
One of them being a Heisman
Trophy winner. One of the greatest two-way players in college football all time, and hopefully will be so in the NFL. That is hard to replace in any circumstances.
True.
Especially for a program like Colorado. This isn't Bama. This isn't Georgia. They just don't have 5 and 4 stars waiting in line, right? And so I thought that they were sluggish in the first half, but the last 2 possessions, I thought the quarterback came up. Now, mind you, this was his first start.
It looked like it.
This was his first start. He sat behind Shador for the 2 years. He ended up being 3rd string when they brought in a veteran at Salter, and they recruited this 4 or 5-star freshman. But Deion seen something in him. You have to respect that Deion has an eye for talent. But the last 2 possessions, it looked like he started to get in his groove. Now, a quarterback is not a teammate. We have talked about that.
That's true.
And then second half, Houston just
they were
on the road.
They were
in
bigger,
Houston,
better,
and
badder.
We left the game where it lied, and as you stated, they lost 36-20. So I unfortunately don't see Colorado having a winning season this season.
All he has to win is 3 or 4 games and he's in.
Well, he won how many last year? You got to get better and better. And I think they won at least 6 last year.
I believe it was.
It was close because they were almost in contention because that Big 12 is tough competition.
Very.
And so, tough competition. And so there were several teams that could have, scenarios could have went their way and they could have ended up in the championship. But I looked at the schedule. I looked ahead. Crystal ball me. Right? Somebody put a graphic crystal ball. Oh, I'm the graphic person.
You are.
Okay. I gotta get my editing skills up. They don't have an easy road ahead of them. So these were the games I looked at and I said, if they win, they will be a tough win. BYU.
Okay, I thought
not ranked right now, but yeah, BYU was a contender last year, and talent depletes, but not all the way sometimes. And if they depleted, you depleted, y'all gonna be defeated. So write that down, okay? They're at TCU. And you always have an affinity for TCU being fast, but I don't know if those days are still true. Okay.
Well, we got a lot of football. We got 8 more weeks.
Number 12, Iowa State. They're at number 16, Utah. They play Arizona, who just beat Kansas State. That was a Friday game we will be talking about very briefly. They're at West Virginia, which I don't know West Virginia's talent, but Pitt was picked to be the winner yesterday against West Virginia, and West Virginia wins at home.
They did.
And I'm
backyard brawl.
The backyard brawl. And road games are always overtime. A lot of overtimes yesterday too. They got to play Arizona State, who started ranked, fell out of ranking, but still not a bad team. They got to go to Kansas State, which they might be able to win that the way Kansas State played yesterday. But
we'll see.
But I just say that these are the 8 out of the next 9 games they have look like they are going to be tough to play and hard fought to win. But I think Colorado has faith in Coach Prime. I think he has. I think he's a great coach, and I don't think that they're going to be the worst team in FBS. So that's good news.
Well, from the way we start, no, they're not.
Well, you obviously haven't seen Akron, but I will move on to the other bottom. The second, actually, Colorado's over this team. Below them in the Big 12 is the one and only Kansas State. I'm gonna keep it brief and then I'll let you go because I'm real quick. Kansas State couldn't get nothing going. They played Arizona at Arizona.
Okay.
Yes, Avery Johnson, the Hair Bear Bunch. Avery Johnson looked like he had no confidence, no urgency, and no passion. He did not look like, and I'm not a fan of Avery Johnson, but he did not look like the Avery Johnson of last year. And I know Arizona's a scrappy team. And you could tell they went out there with energy. They wanted to win. They know who they are. And it showed because Kansas State lost. But what's your thoughts?
I don't remember the game.
It was like let me give you a pass. It was unmemorable. It was unmemorable. Only thing that's sticking in my head is the quarterback was running. Arizona quarterback Fafita was running all over the place. Kansas State starts the series 1-3, and they lost 17-23. And you just wonder why. They were a Big 12 favorite last year. Everybody thought they were going to be a Big 12 favorite this year.
They was too.
And well, you can't let it go to your head, obviously.
Obviously, you did. That's all.
What do they say at the game sometime? Check the scoreboard. Okay. All right. Now we may have to breathe
for a minute.
Wait a minute. Let me take a sip.
Week 3.
Let's have a moment of silence. Let's have a moment of silence.
It was.
And let's hold, please. Let's hold, please. Week 3, Saturday football. And
week 3.
Let me do this. Because I think I need time.
Just go ahead.
You look like you're ready.
I'm ready.
I need time.
You go ahead.
So let me call out and then you just go. And this could be arguably game of the day. And I'm so sorry, y'all. I gotta be patient with me. And buckle up because there's an onslaught of I think there's an onslaught coming. Okay? Number 12 Clemson at Georgia Tech.
Davo. Here we are again. My man, what's going on? You took a loss. Buddy, I'm going to tell you something right now. Clemson was ranked, as you say, number 12. And you came out, and I expected big things. Georgia Tech is unranked. You have a good quarterback. You got Cade Klubnik. You had a good team. Georgia Tech just came out and took it to you. Now everybody knows. Clemson will come out like that. Remember last week? Came out. Second half team. Bam.
Yes.
Smacked them in the mouth. Yes. Second half.
Yes. Brain
I am telling you that this came out, and by the time that game ended and the dust had cleared, you lost. Now, Davo, you're the big man that says he doesn't want to play in the portal. You don't want to swim in the pool. Davo, you got to come off of that. I mean, just because it's not broke don't mean you can't fix it. Now, I'm not saying Clemson wasn't a good team. They look good. But Dabo has this thing. I don't want to play in the portal. I don't want to pay the millions. We're an elite school. You need that money for, our education. Or maybe you should take some of that $11.3 million you making and throw in the bucket. But the thing of it is, he wants to develop his own players. Well,
can he though? That's my question. So I'm glad you started with Dabo.
Yes.
Before we get into the game, Dabo doesn't want to play in the portal. He got how many people from the portal?
I think he got 4, but one of them transferred. So he
only
got
3. And one of them was hurt.
And one of them got hurt in game yesterday.
So you have 2. And I understand not kind of fully buying into the portal and everything that goes with it. There's several, two things can be right at the same time. I understand not wanting to go in and pay $1 million for a player. Because it's almost like a signing bonus, right? Because that's different from NIL. Everybody should get a piece of the pie some way, somehow. And all of the kids do. Just some pieces of the pie are bigger based on the talent. I understand that. You don't have to go and get $1 million player. Get you a few 500,000, a few 100,000 players. And the whole, it should go into the education. It's a system. I would be right on his side on not wanting to pay people $1 million if the football program alone didn't bring in millions.
They do.
You bring in millions. You get paid $11 million. Was that a year? Is that the whole? You get paid if you get fired sometimes. We just talked about that. So that part I don't understand. My other part is
them stadiums are filled every week, Dabo.
You want to coach?
Somebody paying money.
You want to coach up?
I didn't mean to do that. Well, let it go. That's my fault.
Dabo we really need some sponsors. Okay, Dabo wants to coach up talent. Fine. Right. It's hard to do. Well, it's tough to do in college because you don't have a lot of time.
Sure.
And can you do that? You've mentioned it. They weren't in the playoffs. Am I right or wrong?
Well,
or maybe we talked about it earlier.
We talked about it earlier.
Okay.
That the Heat's on, Dabo. You have not been in the college football, what they call college championship for the last 3 years. Ever since
Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
And you barely got in the playoffs last year only because you came in with a 9-3 record and you won the ACC. You upset SMU, who had the better record, right? And so my problem is just like Okay, develop the talent. Can you develop the talent? If it's not working, you need to change it. Debo is the blockbuster of college football. Blockbuster did not want to buy Netflix. They laughed them out of the conference room. Mm-hmm. Where is Blockbuster? Where is Netflix? Why rebel against the system? Get out. You don't want to be in this. I hate capitalism, but I got to go to work every day. I have to pay bills every day because that is the system I live in. Unfortunately, I cannot get out.
That's true.
I cannot get out. You have to work within it and just do what you need to do. 3 players.
Well, you know,
3.
How we work.
I'm over it. I'm over it. Let's give credit where credit is due. Georgia Tech.
Haynes King.
Yes.
The underrated quarterback of the years, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know if he is, but
well, maybe not. But anyway, he played for Texas A&M last year, if I'm correct. The guy's big.
Not last year, but okay, go ahead.
Or the year before?
Yes.
But anywho, he played for Texas A&M at one time. The guy is big. He's 6'3", 200-some pounds, and he runs.
That's actually not that big in football terms. I think that's why the announcer said it. You're like, what? It's not that big in football terms.
Well, okay, he's not that big. Go.
Okay, but anyway. He's dual threat. He's feisty. He's a runner. He's a thrower.
And he can throw.
Let me tell you when I knew that Clemson was going to lose.
Oh, jeez. You knew he was going to lose?
I knew they were going to lose when they panned to the sideline. There was an old lineman with blood all over his jersey and a piece of cotton ball in his nose. And he put his helmet on and he went out with that cotton ball in his nose. And I knew. I said, Clemson doesn't stand a chance. Came down to the end, though.
Boy, I'm telling you, that game had... Because, as we said, Clemson is a second-half team. They were losing first half. Comes back out second half. Boom, boom. Touchdown. They're leading now, 14-13. I said, oh, God, here they come. They had the momentum. They had the shift. It was going. And then... here comes the straw that breaks the camel's back. Clemson makes a touchdown. He's fumbling the ball as he goes out of the end zone. They call the touchdown back. That could have been game. But then we come down to the last.
So wait, so they didn't get the touchdown.
They did not. They called it back.
Well, they were tied though?
They were tied because they called the touchdown back.
So how did Clemson didn't end up scoring on the last drive, on last possession?
It was 21-21 when the clock started winding down.
Okay, I gotta go replay. I
don't do that.
Anyway, it's 21-21. Georgia Tech comes down.
And I have my stuff in front of me, and I knew what I was talking about. But anywho,
you keep cutting me off. Georgia Tech comes down the field. Kicks a 55-yard field goal, no time on the clock, upsetting Clemson at home and breaking the 9-game losing streak that they had against Clemson. Clemson has started the season 1-2, and I think the football guys are unfortunately once again on Dabo Swinney's side because their schedule is fluff.
Well,
the only person they have to play, maybe not. How? Did you look at the schedule?
Maybe not because the trouble he's having. Maybe it won't be.
But Georgia Tech's not a trash team. Georgia Tech's a good team. Just because you're not ranked, though, we already talk about this all the time. Just because you're not ranked don't mean you're not a good team. They were a feasible opponent. There's people that's ranked that shouldn't be ranked. Henceforth, why some people fell out of the ranking this week.
True.
Right? And so Dabo's only competition that I can see on the schedule is number 7 Florida State.
Oh.
So Dabo might be lucky. But speaking of games and field goals, Georgia, number 6, at Tennessee, number 15. Another losing streak. I feel like Georgia has beat them at home. Oh, shoot, I didn't write this one down. Like the last 5-6 games. Kirby Smart doesn't lose on the road. Kirby Smart is like an 80% favorite in covering the spread on the road against another ranked team. This is SEC.
This guy, I don't know how he does it. He's just Kirby Smart.
Unstoppable.
Tennessee, when they came out, I thought it was going to be a quarterback slugfest. That football was flying across that goal line more than a tennis ball at a match. Boom. Quarterbacks outstanding.
3 touchdowns in the first 5.5 minutes.
Quarterbacks were outstanding.
Crazy.
Gunnar Stockton for Georgia was throwing like there was no tomorrow. But then again, Tennessee, Joey Aguilar. There was just no stopping them. I kept thinking, this can't be the game that I thought it was going to be.
They set the tempo, right? In the beginning, you see him. Now, mind you, Joey Aguilar's first year at Tennessee. He's a longtime quarterback. Started at JUCO, a few years at App State. Seasoned quarterback. We know Tennessee had Nico Almalava last year. Yeah. He goes to UCLA. They put him in there. I didn't think Tennessee was that amazing last year. I thought Nico carried a lot of it. Yeah. Good team. So, but I call it a plug and play. He was a plug and play quarterback. And they played good so far, but they played nobody. Yeah. And so everybody's like, is he ready for a real SEC game? He's never played SEC. Like the App State, no. Real SEC game. And you're right. He came out, 5 plays, 5 for 5, touchdown. Or 6 for 6, whatever, touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Georgia comes out, 4 for 4, touchdown. Joey comes out, 1 throw, touchdown. Man-on-man beat. You're looking for Georgia's defense, and you want to blame the defense. But
I'm thinking, come on, this is Georgia.
But where you can't, I mean, defense goes from team to individual when you do a man-on-man.
True.
Throw like that. And so
it's almost like you got no defense.
You thought the score was going to end up 100. It was crazy. Now it started to slow down in the first half.
That first half again.
They started to slow down. And then, I also want to point out, your surprise in Gunnar Stockton is warranted because Gunnar Stockton's got 2 touchdowns in 2 games. What does that mean? I mean, y'all paid Austin Pay last year, right? Or last week. Second half, Georgia gets the ball. Georgia calls a run play. 13 out of 14 of the plays on that possession. Run play.
Why didn't they do it the first half?
You don't understand what a heavy run play.
Run.
Because
that's all they did. And made the first down.
It takes a lot of time. It is very tiring, but that is what Georgia does, and that is what they're built for. And so I feel like Tennessee set the tone first half.
Yes.
Georgia set the tone second half. So they run down, they get the touchdown. But Tennessee's not done.
No, they're not.
They're not done. This was a who has the ball last. That's what you say. Who's going to have the ball last? That's who's going to win, right? And who had the ball last? Tennessee. And what did they do on that last play of the game? Second to the last play, I guess, technically.
They had 7 seconds. They had the field goal kickers getting ready, field goal team ready to come out. What does the coach do? He says, let's run another play. And what happened when Josh Heupel called another play to be run?
5-yard penalty for false start, pushes him back 5 yards. He was trying to get him in the middle of the field. But if I'm a kicker, I'd rather be close than perfectly lined up. My God. What did you tell me? He iced his own kicker. So, of course, the kicker finally comes out. He kicks it. It goes wide right. And guess where we are, people?
Overtime.
We in overtime. I'm banging the table, my bad.
Yeah.
We are in overtime. And guess what? Somebody who took Georgia minus 2.5, I said, all I need is overtime, baby. All I need is overtime. There were 5 lead changes in the fourth quarter.
My God. It was just like
5 lead changes.
Who's going to win this game?
They go into overtime. The kicker makes the same field goal in overtime.
Didn't even blink an eye. Just came out there.
I feel so bad for him.
Because he sat there. And he made that poor kicker think, okay, I can make this. Then he go for another play. He gets backed up 5 yards.
Yeah. He's back at that net. They kept showing him at that net. Practicing. Back at the net. At the line, back at the net.
And the thing is, you got 5 yards from where they spot the ball. So now the first thing going right here was, oh my God, I can't make it.
Not even that. It's almost like.
But
there was already pressure. He's never been in a fourth quarter win game situation. He's never been in a final field goal, walk off field goal situation. So there's even if he was, there's always pressure, right?
And he could have still missed.
And I always say you never leave it down to the kicker. But I feel bad for him because, like I said, his own coach iced him, and so of course Georgia gets a touchdown, wins in overtime, 44-41, and Kirby Smart once again rabbit out of his hat. What?
No.
That was my line.
I know I was going to say through the headphones.
Read the, I said rabbit out of his hat. Magic.
Oh, he pulled a rabbit out of his hat.
And yeah, he did also pull those headphones off and threw them. Bananas. And if we thought that wasn't enough.
Oh my God. By now, by now the pictures are empty and we're going for a second one. Because we done drank the first picture dry. and we do need sustenance now.
Well,
But it's
we need
next.
our
Sorry. I did that. Anyway.
Okay. Next up.
Instant classic. Now, we thought we were done with the instant classics.
Next up.
Not so fast, my friend. We were not done.
Number 16 Texas A&M goes to number 8 Notre Dame. Who is Notre Dame? Notre Dame loses to Miami week 1 in Miami.
Had a bye week.
They were technically an upset because they were ranked higher than Miami. Then they have a bye week. They have a new quarterback. Who is Notre Dame? Do we know who Notre Dame is? Does Notre Dame know who they are? What say you?
I didn't even know what Notre Dame. I didn't know what team was what. Because to me, it was a good balance of offense and defense. They both came out there. Well, I want to say, first of all, we picked it up a little bit in the second quarter. But they were both playing. Notre Dame was ahead, 14-7. But it was even play to me. They would do some things. Texas A&M would do some things. Then back came Notre Dame. What a game. By the time...
Wow. You being speechless. I'm shocked. It's like the first time in like
that game
a decade.
Triggered me, right?
Okay.
Yeah, just looking at the notes.
Well, let's talk the facts, okay? Coach said it today in the press conference. Coach Marcus Freeman, he said it doesn't come down to one play. It doesn't come down to one side of the ball. I do think it came down to not one play. I think it came down to two plays. So obviously the offense looked like they were doing a job. It was a high-scoring game. But it came down to 2 plays for me. Number 1, Notre Dame's last possession. They drive down the field. They get the touchdown. They go for the point after. And the veteran holder has a bad hold. He fumbles the ball. He fumbles the ball. The kicker tries to throw it and get the 2 points. And it doesn't go.
I thought it was a trick play.
It looked like it was a trick play. It looked like it was a trick play because it almost could have went off, right?
Yeah, because I didn't see him. Well, when they showed the replay, then I seen him bumping the ball.
Yeah.
But when he jumped up and threw it, and there was a guy running down the sideline. Into the
offense responded. Because last week we seen somebody flub a ball, and our offense, it was a bad snap. This wasn't a bad snap, but offense didn't respond. And I'm like, y'all not prepared for a bad snap or a bad hold? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But this one, they reacted. That's what made you think it was a trick play. It's just the throw was off.
Oh, I'm out in for it.
So now it's 40-34, and Texas A&M gets the ball, right?
Yep.
At one point, Texas A&M's quarterback got hurt. He got hurt. He's out the game. The backup O'Neal came in, held it down, but you thought, oh, this is it. This is what Notre Dame needs.
This is what I did. I thought that.
So first play, I said it was 2 plays. One was the missed point after. The second play was on defense. So you let Texas A&M drive down the ball. The clock's winding down. It's under 2 minutes. You let them drive down the field. Texas A&M gets penalty after penalty after penalty, pushing them out of the red zone. They have to score a touchdown because they're down 6, right? Field goal's not going to cut it. And you hold them. And you hold them. And you hold them.
Get down to 4th down.
4th down. And you let them throw. You always say don't let the guy get
behind you.
Yep, behind you.
In this case,
don't let them get in front of you when it's in the end zone. You let the guy get in front of you, and they get the touchdown. And I just think that those 2 plays could have saved the game. I'm not going to say they make or break the game because coach is right. All coaches are right. It shouldn't come down to this last minute. There were many plays throughout the game that we missed points or gave up or whatever the case may be. Interceptions, things like that. But those 2 plays could have altered the result of the game.
Oh, and another play that could have altered the result of the game. Texas A&M, as you mentioned, was making stupid penalty after. How about the run back? The guy takes a punt, takes it down, catches it, runs it all the way back for a Texas A&M touchdown, and gets a call back. Holding on Texas A&M.
You almost, if I'm Notre Dame, I almost wish they wouldn't have got the holding call because they would have got the touchdown. It would have been 40 to what? It would have been 41-40, right?
Because by the third score, it was 34-34.
Well, they would have got the 41-40, but there were 2 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock. I could have had the ball last. So you almost wish that they didn't call back the holding because obviously your defense wasn't doing anything. There's a 40-40 point game. Like, defense was trying. They just weren't. The offense was scoring over the defense, both sides.
It was. Don't see triggered. I mean, I'm telling you, that game took. Well, I won't say take the day because
it's just these games. I can't game after game come down to a field goal. It's crazy.
They were all. That's right. They all three
crazy
came down to not to the field goal.
Well, all three so far did come down to the field goal. Tennessee came down to the field goal. Clemson came down to the field goal.
This was 1 point.
Notre Dame the field goal. They would have went to overtime if you would have got that extra point.
The field goal. That's true.
Focus on special teams.
That wasn't a field goal. That was the point after.
Okay, what did you call it?
Point after.
Okay, the ball going through the two sticks that stand up and out of
yellow.
That
was 1 point. That 1 point
came down to the kicker. How about that? Is that better for you?
Hey, no, well,
let's just edit it. It's coming down to the kicker, and it's triggering because it's just like deja vu. And though you don't want to blame one side, I would like to say there was a game where it felt very one-sided to me, and that is unranked Florida going into Death Valley 2 or the Death Valley. I don't know between Clemson and LSU they want to call it Death Valley, and I don't care. But LSU is ranked not 10, not 9, not 8. They are ranked number 3 in the nation. And you know I love me some Brian Kelly. But
oh my God,
why was the score 20-10?
Well, Bill told you. Don't ask me that kind of a question. Why are you asking me that kind of a question?
That was Brian.
Was Brian?
You should have wrote that down.
I should have
wrote that down.
So
you had your facts straight.
I did. Is that your question?
So Brian Kelly, and you're right. Brian got pissed in the conference because somebody asked about the offense, and that's a good question. DJ Lagway, quarterback for Florida, had 5 interceptions. 5.
Count them, folks. 5.
Why did LSU only score 20 points? 1 defensive touchdown, 1 offensive touchdown, and 1 field goal against an unranked, struggling Florida. Now, I do have to give kudos to Florida. Florida looked a lot better than the team that lost to unranked USF last week.
They did.
I know they have a lot of things they need to fix. Bill Napier was 2020 coming in this game.
2021.
That is not.
Now
he's 2021. That is not a good record to have as a head coach, especially at a program like Florida. And I just didn't understand it. Explain this to me.
Well, me explain it. Tell that to Bill. Bill was talking, but there wasn't no words were coming out of his mouth because I still don't understand how Bill Napier lost this game. Well, no, I do. For 5 interceptions.
Bill Napier wasn't supposed to win the game, though.
He wasn't supposed to win the game.
LSU was supposed to win the game. They're number 3.
But the thing I liked about Bill, the defense, Florida had a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Florida's defense was decent. They stayed out in that field more than anybody else. They held them. They
did. They held them to 10 points. They held the offense to 10 points. That's a feat.
Listen.
That's a feat. I'm sorry, not to 10 points. They held them.
Well,
they held them to 13 points. Sorry, it had to be 2 field goals because it was 20-10.
Right.
One of them being, like we said, one of them was the touchdown from what's it called?
That was from the turnover.
So -7, that's 14. So why did they say 2? Okay, I don't even care.
So if you look at it, like you said, what did you say yesterday? You have the tools.
You're capable, is what I said. You're capable.
They still are capable. They do have the tools to get there.
Yeah, field goal, touchdown, 2 field goals. Okay, so you held on 13, 2 field goals, 1 touchdown on the offense. You defense is obviously doing what they have to do. Now,
so what's the problem?
Offense. 5 interceptions is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I know Dave Pierce pointed out DJ Lagway is still a young quarterback. He's dealt with a lot of injuries, so he hasn't had as many starts as you would think for somebody who's been the starting quarterback that long. But at the same time, it's like that is the game changer.
Your quarterback, as you've pointed out to me many times, is everything. Sometimes you have to. He's huge. Sure, I know a running back is your second hand or your right hand, but that quarterback, sometimes he has to take the team on his back.
He controls the offense when he's out there.
Exactly.
He controls the offense.
As you go, so goes your offense.
And then the penalties.
Oh God,
Florida kept getting penalties. Just shoot themselves in the foot.
Same old.
And it was just like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are down.
Going backwards.
You're away. Like, calm down, play good. But now there was some pregame scuffle. There was a lot of
There was a lot of scuffle.
There was 2 scuffles pregame.
Before they even got
the
fans on.
Yes, the pregame there were 2 scuffles, so it was a highly emotional game. We seen the I forgot what they call it, but he kept pushing the guy out of bounds. What do you call it? Unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness.
Push the guy out of bounds. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I hate to say it though.
Like sharing the ring.
Knocked Brian Kelly right over.
Knocked him over. And it was Florida. Florida had a chance to hang in that game. Obviously, like I said, LSU was supposed to win, but I still think you have to talk about this whole only 20 points. And unfortunately, similarly to Colorado, Florida does not have an easy path ahead.
Well, they got Miami next week. That's your first.
Florida has a tough road ahead. They've got number 4 Miami. They got number 8 Texas. They're at number 10 Texas A&M. They got number 5 Georgia. They're at Kentucky. They're at number 13 Ole Miss, and they're number 14 Tennessee. And then of course rivalry week. I didn't mention this before. No. I'm new here. Okay, sorry y'all. I obviously cut off whatever is in there. And then they got rivalry week with number 7 Florida State. It is not looking pretty for Florida. It's not looking pretty for Bill Napier. I do not think they are going to what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games. All 9 games ahead of them are tough. I don't think they're going to win this season.
And even if they don't have a number in front of their name, those are still tough teams.
All of them had a number. All of them had a number except for Kentucky at this point.
But
Kentucky is conference. That's SEC,
and
SEC.
Like you said, and even if it's not, you still got a tough road at home. And it's not going to get any easier next year when you have to play a 9-game schedule where you have to play at least one of your opponents.
I think it's more than one, but I got you. The SEC changes, right? And it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. I think Bill Napier. We will be mentioning Bill Napier's name in the firing very soon. Very soon.
Don't put a hex on Bill.
Bill's going to end up being 20 and 30. Then what? You can't win 1 out of every 3 games in the SEC in the college football. You're not going to the championship. But I'm done.
It was I tell you, I'm done. I asked myself, can week 4 top week 3? And I'm thinking, well, maybe can't. I'm not going to even say nothing.
Don't say it. Before we talk about week 4, I'm done with week 3. It was bananas. I'm having heart palpitations and PTSD about it. Any honorable mentions, anything we didn't talk about, I'm going to throw one in. An honorable mention? There were several ranked teams that should have won bigger to me. Against the teams they played, but I get it. Sometimes it
wasn't you, Dabo.
It's just like that. But Texas, and it's not Texas won. I forgot. Oh, they played University of Texas, EP, El Paso, and which is fine. Okay. But the part that caught my eye was the Texas fans were booing after Arch Manning, the quarterback, did not make a completion on 3rd down. They were booing. Now, Texas is winning, of course. Not by a lot, but they're winning. And they booed. Can we talk about tough crowd?
Yeah. And he's a Manning. Wow. Tough crowd.
Eli was there watching Tennessee get beat. He should have been there giving same difference. They all look alike. He should have been there giving his nephew some tips. That's right. Because Eli went to...
I don't know where he went.
I know where Eli went. It's going to drive me crazy. Put it in the comments. Where did Eli Manning go to college? Okay. What about you?
Aflac question, trivia question.
Aflac. No, they don't fucking.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Trivia question for Saturday Hangover for next week. Where did Eli Manning go to college? No. Memorable. You said honorable mention.
Or what happened in football? We didn't talk about.
I don't know if you've seen this clip of the big 360-pound. Big defensive end who caught an interception and rambled. He didn't run. He rambled 70 yards for the touchdown.
For USC.
For USC.
Yes.
3 160 pounds.
Yes.
And the
Zero. Number
zero. And the man behind him just kept pushing him was
number 6 was just hold up, big man. What about
number 55 from the opposite team?
Yes.
Who was just as big.
Yes.
If not 370 pounds.
No, he was smaller. He was smaller, but he was slower. Big man was moving. Shout out to Big Man with that defensive touchdown. You deserved
I'm telling
it. You deserved it.
It was like the running of the Bulls. But my God, Big Man, he got through that end zone. He made that.
I loved it.
He made that touchdown. Hats off to you, Big Man.
I loved it.
And the other thing I liked, and I don't know if you agree with me, fans, or not, but the ACC shared something with us this weekend. They shared the replays, which I liked, because every time we sit here going, what's wrong with that referee? Didn't he see it?
Oh, the reviews.
They went to the
call
review
room.
Mm-hmm, and the referee, when he puts that little thing on and goes under that, look at that camera, he's talking to a real person.
I love that.
What should I call? What did y'all see?
Yep.
They had like 5 screens, and like one screen was split 20 different ways.
Yeah, I loved it.
Nope, he was out. Look, his foot is out. Well, was he have control? Well, the ball.
Are you going to give us the whole replay?
No, I did, but I wanted to. But I was impressed. I wish more conferences, should I say, would do that.
Well, they all can, but it was nice. It was nice seeing behind the curtain.
Because, I'm going to cuss a ref out in a minute. Because I don't think he sees what I see.
You are not tough in real life. Okay, before we go into what you want to see week 4 and what I want to see week 4.
Well, you know what?
There was a lot of Can you let me go first?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, my gosh, what is in this cup? Like, geez Louise, Papa Cheese. There were some changes in the rankings, and I don't want to go through the whole 25, but there were a few notables. So, number 1, Texas A&M, or first notable, Texas A&M moved up 6 spots. They are now number 10. Okay, Bama moved up 5 spots. They are now number 14. Tennessee didn't move. Stayed the same.
I
don't know if I'm
them.
mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
I don't think I'm mad.
You play Georgia.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I don't think I'm mad at that. Oregon dropped 2. I didn't mention that at the top of the list. They went from 4 to 6, and I mean, Georgia moved up and Miami moved up, warranted, and I just don't know why they decided that Ohio State, Penn State, and LSU was less worthy of Oregon.
I don't know.
But they, Oregon, Texas, and Ohio State played unranked teams, and so it's hard to know who's the tougher and unranked, no-name kind of teams too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Not notable. So it's different if it's like, oh, well, Texas played Kentucky. Kentucky's going to play you tough. Vanderbilt's going to play you tough.
I think once they play somebody.
But maybe Ohio was the toughest of the Ohio University was the toughest of the unnamed. I don't know. Let me shut up. Anyways, I digress. That was like kind of an unwarranted whatever. Now entering the rankings is Georgia Tech coming in at 18. They were not ranked last week. That was impressive. Vanderbilt coming in at 20. They were not ranked last week. Notre Dame dropped 16 to number 24, which I think you're lucky.
I do too. I think I
you owe it too.
And I was looking at all these teams that were winning their records. There was not a.
You haven't won and you're ranked?
There's 3 games being played. They're all 3-0s up above you.
Well, they've only played 2, but still. And 2 ranked teams. 2 ranked teams, but still.
2 ranked teams.
Still.
I think out of respect, they left you at 24.
Well.
USC is even 3-0. And they're 25.
And USC has now entered the rankings at 25. They were not ranked last week. Falling out of the rankings is South Carolina. Awful what happened to quarterback Lenore Sellers.
I hated that.
Think they would have had a better chance. Vandy's a tough team. Not saying they would have won. They would have had a better chance if he would have got targeted and the person hit him in the targeting call and he was out in the second quarter. Clemson fell out. No surprise. That was no stranger to being unranked. And then, of course, UCF fell out. They were 1 week. One hit wonders. We knew that wouldn't last long.
It happens.
But what do you want to see next week?
Well, now, week 4 coming in, there may not be, to you people, some notable games, but first one, the fans. Well, the first one I grabbed, of course, was Miami, Florida. I thought, okay.
Oh.
We got
number 4. Wait, when do they play?
They play next week.
Okay. Remember? Okay. I know they play next week. Do they play what time Saturday? I missed that.
I don't know, but they're playing.
Oh,
and
okay.
They play number 4, Miami, and I'm thinking, poor Bill. Like you said, that schedule. Is there no relief? Obviously not, because you got to go up against Miami, at Miami, I believe, and it's going to be a battle for you to pull this out of your hat.
Okay.
What's your game?
I went with Texas Tech number 17 at number 16 Utah.
Oh, okay.
Middle of the pack of the rankings. Haven't watched them play, and they're ranked right next to each other. I think that could be a good game. I'm excited about watching that one.
Okay.
What you got?
Okay, after that one, I kind of looked down the road and
why do we have to get a whole commentary? Give us the game.
I know. I went with Clemson Syracuse. Don't ask me why.
Oh, are they at Syracuse?
I believe they might be. I didn't check for sure.
Okay, now speaking of commentary, I got to give you some because
I didn't check for sure to see where they were at.
Syracuse. No, they have to be in Clemson. You don't have the game in front of you? You just touch right here if you do the schedule.
Okay.
Oh, you're not touch. Broke. Okay, anyway, that could be interesting because Syracuse's coach is the former defensive coordinator of Georgia from a few years ago, Fran Brown. So that could be an interesting play. Clemson's probably at home. Let me know. So my next one, there's a lot of
games.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh, but that's okay.
If you want to read my mind, be my guest. Well, who you got winning in the game tonight? Falcons or the Vikings?
I have no idea.
Okay, we ain't. Well, the mind reading's not working for us. So, okay. There's a lot of unranked teams that I am familiar with. So I could be here all day. But the one that I liked the best was SMU at TCU.
I got that.
I love Jennings. Okay, yeah.
You stole my thunder.
Yeah. I love Jennings, quarterback for SMU. TCU played tough against, was it South Carolina? No, they played tough against North Carolina, Bill Belichick's debut. So I just kind of want to see what each team got. I think they're different styles. I think they're different. No, they might be same conference, but I just want to know. I want to see what they got going on. What else you got?
Well, speaking of Bill, I thought I'd try see what North Carolina looks like.
Oh,
after the first loss, they've come back and won 2 games. So were we a little hasty?
Now they are on the road. So where are they going?
To UCF. At Central Florida.
Oh, and Central Florida is one of those little sneaky teams. The UCF Knights. Yes, I'm very familiar. And Bill has won the last 2, and they were at home, and they've done very well. So they may have been fortunate to get a little time to get all the rust off. And I feel like I'm with you. You're going to really see what they can do.
Now I want to see.
Okay. I like that one. Okay, I got another rank don't rank one for you.
Okay.
I want to see number 9 Illinois at number 19 Indiana.
Oh, I think I missed that one.
Indiana's quarterback, formerly of USC, Miller Moss, is I think a great talent, and I want to see. And I don't know anybody on the Illinois team, and they're ranked number 9. They're top 10. They didn't snuck up on us. So I want
number 9.
Yeah.
Hey, got
to
that
see
one
up. Now I hope I didn't go too far. No, I think I was on the right track. I'm on the right track.
Right.
Okay. What else? You got anything else?
I got one more, and I again. Maybe we counted them out too soon. I want to see Colorado.
Okay. Okay. That is hilarious because that's my last one too. And the reason being, I wrote down this because this is the only one I think they can win. If Coach Fry, if you embarrass me and lose to Wyoming,
we're gonna know something.
College of Josh Allen of the Bills, Giants, I don't know.
I don't know. Don't matter.
I'm going to be pissed. Well, okay. So week 4 is ahead of us. Week 3 has depleted us. We need some Gatorade. I'm exhausted. I'm wore out. So I think we should wrap it up. We should wrap it up. I'm Kelly, like the color.
I'm Gee, like the butter.
And this is Saturday Hangover. Like, subscribe. What else do they do? Tag, like, subscribe, follow. I don't know. Do all of the things. And come watch me and my crazy mom talk about football. Do we know what we're talking about? Doesn't matter. We're allowed to post videos on the internet. This is a free country. We're going to see y'all next week.
Adios, muchachos.